Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with different types of codes. What type of codes are available in C, students? These are the different conversion methods that we have already studied: binary to decimal, decimal to binary, octal to decimal, decimal to octal, and so on. So now after that we have to study what type of codes are available which computer directly understand. So in the previous part I have already told you that computer understands only one language, that is binary language, which is in the form of zeros and ones. So similarly, different types of codes are available which computer understands directly. So now we are going to study the first code, that is BCD code. What is BCD code? The full form is binary coded decimal form. So as the name is binary coded decimal form, this is the number system in which we can simply represent any decimal number with 4 bits. Any decimal number with 4 bits. But this method is restricted that we can represent only 16 numbers. In the hexadecimal number system, we have total 16 numbers, 0 to 15. So the drawback of this method is we can represent only numbers up to 15, because in BCD code we have to represent every number with 4 bits only. So we have to make 4 combinations. So 2 raised to power 4 is equals to 16. 2 raised to power 4 is equivalent to 16. So it means we can deal with only 16 number, first 16 numbers. So it is a process for converting decimal number system into binary equivalents. So as in the previous parts, we have convert the decimal number system into octal number system, decimal number system into binary number system, and even binary into decimal, and we have followed proper methods. That is, in some cases we have to multiply the number, and in some cases we have to divide the number. But this is a direct method. In this method, we do not have to apply any multiplication or division. We can directly get the number. So I will show you that how we can represent every decimal number in BCD form directly. So for example, the decimal number is 0. So if we want to represent decimal number system in BCD code, we can directly represent it with 0, 0, 0, 0. So we always have to represent it with bits, with a combination of 4 bits. So if we want to represent decimal number 1 in BCD, now there is one more question: why we are representing decimal numbers in binary BCD codes? Because computer can directly understand these codes. Computer cannot understand these decimal numbers. So that's why this is the very simplest way to directly convert the decimal number system into binary number system. So for example, we have number 3 and we want to represent it in the BCD form. So the combination of bit is 0, 0, 1, 1. If we have to represent number 7, the code is 0, 1, 0, 1. And now you can see the last number is 15. As I have told you that we can represent only 16 bits, that is 0 to 15. So look at the last number is 15. So when we have to represent 15 decimal number in binary number system, we have to represent it with 1, 1, 1, 1. All the bits, all the 4 bits are 1 in this representation. And after that number, we cannot use to represent any of the decimal number directly with the BCD, because the formula is 2 raised to power 4. The base of binary number system is 2, and we are making use of 4 bits combination. So that's why 2 raised to power 4 is equals to 16. So we can make only 16 combinations. So this is how we can represent any decimal number system in BCD code directly with combination of 4 bits. So this encoding can be done in either 4-bit code as well as 8-bit code. So nowadays it is also available in 8-bit code. So if we use 8-bit code, so in that case we have to mark the first 4 bits with 0, 0, 0, 0. And the advantage of this method is it is very fast and efficient system that converts the decimal number system directly into binary number system as compared to another convergence. So if we have to make normal conversion method, in that case we have to follow proper procedure, so which is a time consuming process. So that's why this is the fast method. And it is most commonly used in digital displays. After BCD code, the next code is ASCII code. ASCII code, this is very important code. The full form of ASCII code is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So students, this is a code which is used worldwide. Even every country is making use of this code nowadays, ASCII code. So what was the drawback of BCD code? The drawback of BCD code was we can make only 16 combinations in BCD code, and we have to represent every number with 4 bits. So after BCD code, ASCII code was developed to overcome the disadvantage of BCD code. So in ASCII code, we can represent every number with 7-bit code. 7-bit code means 2 raised to power 7, and 2 raised to power 7 is equals to 128 combinations. So in this code we can make 128 combinations. So in your book it is given that ASCII is a 7-bit code, but nowadays ASCII code is also available in 8-bit code, that is 2 raised to power 8. So 8-bit ASCII code is an more advantage or more beneficial as compared to ASCII 7-bit code. So this is ASCII table. So you don't have to remember this table. I have taken this as an example just to make sure that it is clear to you that how we can represent every decimal number in ASCII code. For example, look at this number. This is small a, and the ASCII value of small a is 97. Okay, so the ASCII value of lowercase a is 97. So now why we are using this ASCII code? As I have told you, computer can understand these codes directly. So I want to give you one real life example of this ASCII code. For example, when we use keyboard and when we give input to the computer by using keyboard, when we type A from the keyboard and when we strike key A from the keyboard, it directly gives the value to the computer as 97 instead of A, because computer is not able to understand A, B, C, D, 0, 1 and 2, because I have already told you computer understands only two numbers, 0 and 1. So when we type A from the keyboard, it will directly enter the ASCII value 97, and then it will convert directly 97 into whatever the binary code of the 97, for example 01101. So it will give that value to the computer. So computer calculates all the values according to the ASCII values. So after ASCII code, the next code is EBCDIC code. So what is EBCDIC code? EBCDIC code is extension of ASCII code. EBCDIC code was developed after the ASCII code. So first of all, BCD code was developed. Then after that, ASCII was developed. After the ASCII, EBCDIC was developed. So the full form is Extended Binary Coded Decimal Interchange Code. So EBCDIC code is a 8-bit code. So as it is a 8-bit code, so it has total 2 raised to power 8 combinations. So we can make use of 2 raised to power 8 combinations, and it is most commonly used in IBM computers, mainframe computers. So these are the computers which can handle very heavy load and which operates at a very fast rate. So students, the speed of the computer always depends upon the type of the these mechanisms, that what type of code a computer is using. So if they are using EBCDIC code, so there are 2 raised to power 8 combinations. So it operates at a more fast rate as compared to ASCII code and BCD code. Even BCD code is slower code as compared to ASCII and EBCDIC. So that was all about the codes that are available. So you have to study these three types of codes: BCD, ASCII and EBCDIC code. So after that we are going to start with next topic, that is binary addition. So as the name is binary addition, so we have to understand how the computer performs addition and subtraction of numbers. We people know that we people know that how we have to add the numbers, how we have to subtract the numbers. We deal with decimal numbers like 2 plus 4, 5 plus 6, but computer cannot understand these numbers. So as the computer deals with only binary numbers, so it is very important for us to understand these additions, that how basically the addition and subtraction performs inside the computer. So in this topic we will study about the binary addition. So let's start with this. So now I have taken this example in the form of table. Now I have taken four combinations: 1, 2, 3, 4. Now why I have taken these four combinations? The reason is we have only two bits, 0 and 1. So we have to make the combination with two bits, 2 raised to power 2. 2 raised to power 2 means why we are taking raised to power 2, because we have only two bits. So 2 raised to power 2 is equals to 4. So we have to deal with total 4 combinations. So that's why I have taken this example with 4 combinations. And after that we have to consider next combinations, like we first of all, the first combination is, look at this example, the first combination is when both the inputs are 0. The first number is 0 and the second number is 0. 0 plus 0. So we have to calculate the sum of these two numbers, as well as we also have to calculate the carry. If there is a carry, then we have to calculate the carry also. So we have to calculate two things, sum and carry. So let's check the first case. 0 plus 0. 0 plus 0 is always equivalent to 0. So the sum of two numbers, if the two numbers are 0, the sum is 0 and the carry is always 0, because there is no carry. Now the next case is if one of the bit is 1, that is 0 plus 1. If one of the bit is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1 with 0 carry, because there is no carry, so the sum is 1. So if one of the bit is 1, your sum will always remain 1. Now next combination is 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0, again this is the same case. If one of the bit is 1, the sum will always be 1 with carry 0. Okay, so these are the first three combinations. Now look at this last combination. If both the inputs are 1. Now this is a different case. If both the inputs are 1, 1 plus 1 is always, the answer of 1 plus 1 is always 0 with 1 carry. Because we cannot write 1 plus 1 as a 2, because we are dealing with binary numbers. So we have to deal with only 0 and 1. So when both the inputs are 1, so the sum will always be 0 with 1 carry. So look at this, 1 plus 1 is 0 with 1 carry. So I hope it is clear to you that how we have to add binary numbers. Now I have taken an example of addition of two binary numbers, and if we have decimal numbers, how we have to convert it to binary number, and when we give any input from the keyboard to the computer, how the computer first of all transforms it into binary number and then perform addition and provides the result to us. So let's check this example. For example, the first number is 85. For example, you have entered the number 85 from the computer and the second number as 181. So you know that when we do decimal addition of these two numbers, you will get the result as 266. So this is an example of decimal number system, because I have written the base as 10. So when the base is 10, it means we are dealing with decimal number system. Now, how we have to perform binary addition of these decimal numbers? So look at this. The binary equivalent of 85 number is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is the binary equivalent of number 85. So how we have to convert this number into binary number? You have to apply any of the conversion method. Even you can also use a BCD code directly, because we have two numbers 8 and 5. We can also use directly BCD codes. So I want to show you here BCD table, and it will be more clearer to you. For example, the last number is 5. Now look at this BCD table. The bits for number 5 are 0, 1, 0, 1. Now look at this. The last four numbers are 0, 1, 0, 1. Now if we check the 8 numbers, so these are the binary equivalent of 8. So this is the binary equivalent of number 181. So now we will see how we have to perform addition. So let's start from the rightmost bit. You always have to start from the rightmost bit, and we have to move from the right to the left. So let's start from this rightmost bit. The bits are 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is always 0 with 1 carry. So this is 1 carry. Next is, now there is 1 carry, so we have to consider this number as 1. 1 plus 0 plus 0. So if one of the number is 1, you will get the output as 1. So this is 1. Next number is, move to the next left number. 1 plus 1 is again 0 with 1 carry. 1 plus 0 is 1. Next number is again 0. Now next is 1 plus 1 is 0 with 1 carry. Now look at this number here. This is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. This is 1 plus 0 is 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 0. So you will get the final output as 0, because we have two ones. We have total 3 numbers and we have total 2 ones. So we will get the output as 0 with 1 carry. Again 1 plus 1, that is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 with 1 carry. So again, now we are at the leftmost bit. This is the last bit. Here we have to check whether we have carry or not. So this is the carry 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 with 1 carry. So we get the leftmost bit as 1. And this is the answer that we have generated after the addition of these numbers. And this number is equivalent to decimal number 266. So this is how we have to perform binary addition. So you can add any two numbers by using these, by using this method. You can take any two numbers and you can perform addition on these two numbers. Next topic is binary subtraction. So as we have studied binary addition, so now we have to study binary subtraction. So how we have to subtract the binary numbers. So let's start with this. Again, I have taken a combination of 2 bits, that is 2 raised to power 2, and there are total 4 combinations. Now we will see how we have to subtract and what we'll get after the subtraction. So as in the addition, we have generated sum and carry. In case of subtraction, we have to generate subtraction and borrow. So if both the numbers are 0, if one of the input is 0 as well as the second input is 0, 0 minus 0, you will get the answer as 0. 0 minus 0 is 0 and the borrow is also 0. Now the next is 0 minus 1. So 0 minus 1 is, we cannot subtract 1 from the 0. So in that case, we have to take borrow. So when the bits are 0 minus 1, you will also get the subtraction as 1 with 1 borrow. You will get the answer. If one of the bit is 1, you will also get the answer as 1 but with 1 borrow, because we are subtracting 1 from 0. So 0 is smallest number, 1 is greatest number. So we cannot directly subtract it. So in that case, we have to use borrow. Next number is 1 minus 0. If one of the first bit is 1 and the second bit is 0. Again, in this case, if one of the bit is 1, you will get the answer as 1 and with 0 borrow, because in this case, the first number is 1. We do not require any borrow. So that's why here the borrow is 0. Last case is 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0 with 0 borrow. So this is how you have to perform subtraction. So I have taken this example. Look at this example. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 0, 1. 0 minus 0, 0. So this is the answer. This is one more example. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now the next number is 0 minus 1. So if we have to subtract 1 from the 0, we always have to take borrow. So that's why this is the borrow and this is the output, that is 1. Now we have taken borrow from this number. So this number now is 0. So 0 minus 1 is 1 with 1 borrow. Okay. So the next leftmost number is now 0 because we have taken borrow from this number. So this is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. So look at this example. I have taken this example with decimal numbers. So for example, we have decimal number 26 minus 12. 26 minus 12 is equivalent to 14 in decimal number system. Now we have to deal with binary number system. So the binary equivalent of 26 is 0011010, whereas the binary equivalent of 12 is 0001100. Now we have to perform binary subtraction on these two numbers. So let's start from the rightmost number. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1 without any borrow. Next is 0 minus 1. In that case, we require borrow. So 0 minus 1 is 1 with 1 borrow. So we have taken borrow from this number. Now this number is 0. 0 minus 1 is 1 with 1 borrow. This is again 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. And this is the leftmost bit. 0 minus 0 is 0. So 1110 is equivalent to 14. So we get the final result as 14. So I hope students it is clear to you. You can perform addition and subtraction by taking any examples. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with the next topic of this unit.